hasn't started, but I think you've just preempted that question. But let me ask you about the contributions that go into that kitty. One of the proposals that I think I have seen is the removal from comprehensive cover. And now the recommendation is another cover that is not the comprehensive cover, as you explained. So my question is, what happens to this cadre of public servants who have been used to that comprehensive cover? What happens to them?
One, we need to ask ourselves, why was there a comprehensive cover? It's because the general cover that NHIF was providing was somehow inferior. So what we have done now is to get a benefit package that is expanded, that would ideally cover everything that was covered within the comprehensive cover. So we have worked out an essential benefits package to cover from maternity, childbirth, as the person goes through adulthood up to when, God forbid, when you lose your life. So the essential benefit package that we have right now is covering even including the last respect that previously NHIF was not covering. So we have expanded the package. Having said that, should anyone want to have much more than what we are saying is the benefit package, they are free to do it.
Okay.
Yes.
On their own.
On their own.
How much do you expect to raise with this essential benefit annually?
One is that let me explain, under Social Health Authority, we have 3 funds. We have the Primary Healthcare Fund that is publicly funded through Exchequer. So members or Kenyans are not expected to make any contribution. You're expected that when you are visited by your community health promoter, that is level 1 of service, you don't pay for anything. It is expected that when you walk into a level 2 facility, you don't pay anything. When you walk into a level 3 facility, you don't pay anything. That is where primary health cover ends. Yeah. The second fund under this is the Social Health Insurance Fund that is contributory in nature. That is where each Kenyan is contributing 2.75% of their income into that kitty. Then we have the third fund, which is the Emergency, Chronic and Critical Illness Fund, also not contributory, Exchequer. So the resources that we need at the primary healthcare is about 50 billion. Okay. So we are still trying to seek government how it puts together Exchequer to be able to meet the 50 billion. The resources that we need for SHIF, Social Health Insurance Fund, the one now we project to get collection, is 140 billion. From the 2.7? From the 2.75%. Okay. 140 billion. Then we expect them to have resources for the third fund, the ECCIF, of about 49 billion. Okay. Yeah. So cumulative, you're talking about 250 billion shillings. Yes. Okay. I have an issue with the universal healthcare or coverage. Yes. During COVID, there's this team that was also brought in under universal health coverage. They were told to work for 3 years and then they'll be absorbed after another 3 years. You were not in office at that time, but the ministry was going on. Yes. What happens to these people? And by the way, today they came singing at the Ministry of Health that they want PNP. Joyful songs? That they want permanent and pensionable. Those are not joyful songs. I'm just telling you, for you to know that I'm aware of the issue. Okay. What happened, and as you rightfully put it, they were recruited during that piloting of universal health coverage. About 8,500 and I think 80 or 50, thereabout. People across different cadres. We have nurses, we have clinical officers, public health officers, nutritionists, and all that. They were recruited under that cohort. In that recruitment, they had a fixed sum in terms of payment for the fixed period of 3 years. When we just came into office, one of the issues that we ran into is that that term was coming to an end. So again, as it is, because the person responsible for recruitment for public is Public Service Commission. We did write to Public Service Commission to renew the contracts of this UHC staff for 3 years. For another 3 years. Public Service Commission wrote back to the ministry and said, we will not renew for 3 years. We will renew for a year. And within this year, we will put in place mechanisms to ensure that they are employed, permanent and pensionable. So those mechanisms are the ones that are being put in place. My expectation is that we should be able to absorb them permanent and pensionable. And for your information, there are a number of counties that have already gone ahead to absorb their UHC staff into permanent and pensionable. For example, Mandera County, it absorbed everyone.
Okay.
Today, I have just had a discussion in Sakaja. He has been absorbing from that list. He is left with a few to finalize. I've had discussion with Baringo County. I've had discussions with Elgeyo Marakwet and West Pokot County. They have been absorbing under different, some of those people. So it is expected that even at the point of now a conversion, will not be talking about the 8,500. We'll be talking about a few.
Okay.
But the plan is that then they should get into permanent pension.
I have about 6 minutes on the clock, but I want to play the video of the week. I know time flies when you're having fun.